What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jason here with the Cow Park Bros, and welcome to the next edition of the Cow Park Bros Monologues. And just in case you don't know, basically what the Cow Park Bros Monologue is, which is basically in the name. Basically, it's the time where one of us, either myself or my fellow host Terrence, gets on here, makes a video, and it's just one of us talking about whatever subject we want to talk about. It's totally random, no schedule to it. Just whenever we feel like talking about something, one of us will jump on and make a post about it. All right. There's two other editions out there, both done by me. Terrence will do one soon, I promise. But both of the previous ones are done by me. Definitely go to the Cow Park Bros Instagram pages, and definitely they will be there also on YouTube as well. But this is the third edition. And the third edition today, of course, it's a big day in sports. It's the start of the NFL playoffs. And as per usual, I got to make my predictions and make them public. And because I have the cojones, as they say in certain languages, to actually post stuff like this in public before it happens. So here we go. So today, just we can put a timestamp on this. Today is Saturday, December the 15th. It's about 3:25 p.m. Eastern time. So the playoffs are about to start about an hour-ish from now. So just so you know, just we're putting it out there about when I made this, okay? But anyway, the first game of the day of the wild card weekend, the wild card round, is Raiders at the Bengals. Both teams are both 10-7. The Bengals actually won the division. They're the 4 seed. Raiders a wild card. Didn't win the division, but they're also 10-7 again. And then the playoffs, and here we are. So, for me, what kind of the sticking point when it comes to, okay, what am I going to factor in when it comes to this game? I think the Bengals are a better team, but when you have a rookie quarterback, for me, it's always, well, he's not a rookie, no, but, second year, didn't play much of the season last year, same thing. So, obviously, he doesn't have much experience in the playoffs, whereas the quarterback for the Raiders, such as it is, Derek Carr, he actually has been there before, whatnot. So, for me, it's really kind of tough. The Bengals are the home team, so you kind of want to give them that little bit of a favor. The Raiders are traveling from the Las Vegas, so a little bit of a travel, so there's some of that too. Of course, there is the weather. It's Ohio. I don't know if it's going to be snowing or anything, but definitely going to be cold. So, given I think the Bengals are the better team, maybe slightly, and that they're going to be at home, and again, Raiders have to travel outside of the comfort zone of the greatness of the Las Vegas, so the warm weather anyway, to the brisk cold of Ohio. I'm going to go ahead and give the edge to the Bengals in this game. I don't think a score is really necessary, but I guess for fun, I'll go ahead and do that. I'll say Bengals 26, Raiders 21. All right. Second game of the day. Second game of the weekend. Patriots, the 6 seed, versus the Bills, the 3 seed. Let me go back to the records here. So the Bills won the division 11-6. Patriots were second, and then again, they're in the same division. The Patriots were 10-7. So it was very close. I think it came down to last weekend. The Patriots could have won the division, but lost again, whatnot. So I will tell you that this is a little bit of a struggle for me because the Bills this season have done very little to impress me. I think anybody that keeps track of me in sports groups online and whatnot on Facebook know that they didn't do anything to impress me at all. I was down on them the entire year. At the time, they hadn't really beat any teams that were doing much of anything in the year. I know they had a win against the Chiefs, but that's back when the Chiefs were struggling on defense and whatnot. So, and they have some other wins. Obviously, they beat the Patriots once in the year after the Patriots had a huge winning streak, which kind of wants me to lead going to the Patriots because they actually beat some good teams while they were good, including the number 1 seeded Titans, I believe. I had to go back and check that just to make sure, but. So I'm kind of struggling here because, again, the Bills still didn't really do anything to impress me, but they are the 3 seed. They did win the division over the Patriots, so it's kind of you got to give them credit for that. This game will be at home, but in the regular season, these two teams played each other twice, and they both won on each other's home fields. So the New England won in Buffalo, and Buffalo won in New England. So this game being in New England, the game being in Buffalo, doesn't really fully entice me to want to say Buffalo's going to win this. But I also know that more likely than not, there's going to be an upset somewhere in the first round of these playoffs. Don't know what game it is, obviously, because I'm not psychic. If I was, I probably wouldn't be here making this video. But, but all that being said, I feel like if there is going to be an upset to happen in the first round, I'm going to pick the Patriots to take this because, again, they're familiar with the Bills. They played them well mostly for the 2 games. And then, again, they've already won in Buffalo. So for this game, I'm going to pick the New England Patriots to beat the Buffalo Bills. Next game, starting tomorrow, the 1 p.m. Eastern game, will be the Eagles versus the Buccaneers. Not going to spend a whole lot of time on this because I think most people in their right minds are going to pick the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as am I. Despite all their issues when it comes to injuries, Antonio Brown, who's not on the team anymore now, apparently. I don't think there's much time to really waste on this. The Buccaneers are going to win this game. And going back to the Patriots-Bills game, I think that's going to be a close dogfight. I'm going to say Patriots 21, Bills 19. Actually, no, take that back. Patriots 21, Bills 20. That's official score there. Again, I'm picking the Buccaneers in the next game. I don't see the Eagles really having much of a chance. I don't think it's going to be a blowout per se. I think the Buccaneers actually win this game by at least 2 possessions. So I'm going to say Buccaneers 28, Eagles 14. Pardon me. Second game of Sunday. 4:30 game. 4:30 Eastern. 49ers versus Cowboys. Now, as much as we all love hating on the Cowboys, well, I shouldn't say hating because, there's nothing really been to hate on since 1993. So, or 94, whatever. 95, whatever. So definitely not hating on the Cowboys, but here we are. The 49ers, the Cowboys, 49ers kind of back their way sort of in the playoffs. I mean, they won their last game of the season to kind of get them in there. But they've been a very unimpressive team this season. It's like, the fact they're even in the playoffs is really kind of surprising and shocking to me. When I was looking up, the seedings for the playoffs, and, I saw that the Niners were, what are they? Let me go back here. What are they? I want to say they're the 7th seed. Is that right? Yes. Actually, they're the 6th. Excuse me. The Eagles are 7th. So, yeah, the Niners being the 6th seed, they were 10-7. I'll give them that. Cowboys, 12-5. Cowboys division winners. At the end of the day, and I think now granted, the Niners are probably better than Philadelphia, but seeing what the Cowboys did against the Eagles in that last game of the season, again, I know it's regular season, but I kind of have to say that the Cowboys, at least in the first round, are ready to get a win in this game. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I don't think they're going to score 51 points on the like they did on the Eagles. I think this is also another 2-possession game. So I am actually going to say Cowboys at least 2 possessions. I'm going to say Cowboys 31. I'm going to go 49ers 14. I don't see them scoring more than 2 touchdowns, or the equivalent of more than 2 touchdowns. They may get a bunch of field goals or whatever. So again, picking Dallas in that game. All right, so the next game is still on Sunday. The Steelers versus the Chiefs. Now, this game, of course, is in Kansas City. Kansas City is the number 2 seed in the AFC. They are division winners, of course, 12-5. Steelers, by virtue of the tie they had earlier against the second worst team in the league, Detroit, earlier this year, they found a way to actually sneak their way in the playoffs at 9-7-1. So, but you know what? Hey, they're there. That's all that matters, making the playoffs. They extended the Steelers' career of Ben Roethlisberger by at least 1 game. So they're in the playoffs. The game's in Kansas City. Again, kind of like I said in the Tampa Bay Eagles game, I don't know, no disrespect to the Steelers. I have a Steeler fan in the family, my brother, but I think this is the end of the run for Big Ben in Pittsburgh. He may retire, he may go somewhere else. I don't know, doesn't matter. But I think the Chiefs are going to win this one. I honestly will have to say probably handily. Not to go exaggeration here, but wouldn't shock me if this was the only 3-possession game of the year, of the playoffs in the first round. So that being said, I am going to say that the Chiefs win this game 31-10, which I believe is a similar score to when they played in the regular season too. So Chiefs win this one and move on. Now, the last game of the wild card round, which is actually going to be on a Monday night game, which is kind of cool in my opinion, pretty cool. But it's going to be the Cardinals, the 5 seed in the NFC, versus the Rams, the number 4 seed in the NFC. Rams are 12-5 division winners. Cardinals right behind them, 11-6. The Cardinals kind of took a huge tailspin over the course of the towards the end of the regular season. They were like the number 1 seed for probably the first half of the season. They were looking like the best team clearly in the NFL. And now obviously things change over the course of the season. Now 18-week season, 17 games for each team. Things change. 11-6 is a great record, but for a long time, I don't know I forget how many games they won. Went undefeated, but there were at least 8 or 9 games, whatever it may be. So, the fact that they went 3-6 or whatever it was, towards the end of the season, that makes me very much less willing to pick them in this game, despite the fact they have some good pieces on offense. Quarterback Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, people like that. And obviously the Rams, they've won 5 out of the last 6. But as someone who had Matt Stafford in his fantasy league, I know that he himself hasn't played as well as he did in the first portion of the regular season. So, but with all that being said, I still think the Rams, obviously, just even the fact that they're getting wins and the fact this game's at home in LA makes me want to pick them. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pick the Rams in this game. Score-wise, this one actually had potential to be a close game. I think it's going to come down to one possession. This one wouldn't shock me if it's the only game that came down to the last possession of the game. With that being said, I still am going to pick the Rams. I'm going to pick them to win by a field goal. I'm going to say they're going to win 24-21. And I believe that's the last game of the first round. If I'm not mistaken, it is. Those are my predictions. So just to do a recap here, the winners I'm picking for the wild card round of the NFL playoffs are the Bengals, the Patriots, the Buccaneers, the Cowboys, the Chiefs, and the Los Angeles Rams. And there you have it, folks. These are Jason's predictions for the NFL postseason. Only in the first round, though, wild card round. So there's a little hint for you that I might be doing another one of these videos, maybe 3 or 4 more videos like this for the next few rounds. But anyway, there you go. So definitely, hopefully you enjoyed that. Make sure you go to calpartbros.com. Check out all of our other audio podcasts. Also, make sure you go to IGTV, YouTube. This video will be posted here on IGTV and on YouTube. So check us out there. But always, of course, make sure that you're living this. Because here it comes, the catchphrase, the line, the hashtag. When it comes to all things Cal Park Bros, make sure you like us, love us, share us, and follow us. Because if you like us, why wouldn't you?